It's week 8 of the 2024 season. And coming up, we'll see the electric Jayden Daniels. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Commanders and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Bears come out with their quarterback, Caleb Williams. All of Chicago hoping this is the man who can finally answer that long search for a franchise quarterback for the Bears. He won the Heisman. He's the #1 overall pick in this past year's draft.
Mike, the term generational talent, it gets thrown around a bit too loosely these days, in my opinion, but you can make an argument if one guy coming out of the draft the last couple years was worthy of that description, it's Caleb Williams. I mean, the arm talent, the playmaking ability, the ability to play off script when things don't go perfectly. I mean, he is such an interesting prospect, special player, and I'm excited to watch him here in this one.
Third and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Commanders come out with the man they hope leads them into their new era. Jayden Daniels, the #2 overall pick in this past draft from LSU. Greg, this is the man who won the Heisman Trophy with the Tigers in Baton Rouge a year ago.
And while I don't think that stat line last week had him up for any sort of awards, if I had to guess, he'd much rather have a modest game and a win as opposed to...
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. Third down and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's going to air this one out, and he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. They bring Gage in motion. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Commanders first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look at him move away from a tackler. as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. Here's 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. And here's Daniels. The ball comes out, and the defense has it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
The Bears offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Williams. That's to the number 9 overall pick, Rome Odunze. And a penalty flag down in the backfield. They finally get him down, but I'm not sure if this is going to stand. Drive start here on the ground, and it's Herbert. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He finds his big tight end, Everett. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single 1st down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. Here comes the number 2 overall pick, Jaden Daniels, with the rest of the Commanders' offense. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 23-yard line.
On the give, it's Robinson. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. He's got a man, it's McLaurin. And they will finally get him out of bounds, but not until he's near the 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Now Daniels. Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss.
A 15-yard loss.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
3rd and long, and here's Daniels. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I could go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat out brutal. But let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T.
And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. He's got his big target, Everett. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A toss to Herbert. And this one will not work. He goes out of bounds. They're going to drop 4 on that one. Here's a 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. A first catch for DJ, and a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 2nd and 6. And before the snap, we have a whistle, and this could very well be a false start. They'll go play action here with Williams. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now. Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They bring Gage in motion. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Daniels now going to look to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Throwing now, Daniels. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, It winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And this ball incomplete on third down.
As a pass rusher, you don't always need to record a sack to make your presence felt. Creating pressure, move the quarterback, affect his timing. Those are all different ways to take pressure off your coverage unit.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
On the ground, it's Herbert to start the drive. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
They face second down and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. They need to get it to the 27. This is third down. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got the hook up there to Odunze. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
This is the connection that Bears fans have been dreaming about since these two guys were drafted in this previous spring's draft. I mean, they think they have one of the more formidable young quarterback wide receiver duos in the entire league. Williams, first overall pick. Odunze, number 9. The future looks bright in Chicago.
On the handoff, this is Herbert. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Once again, it's Herbert. And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. Here's a third down and 4. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9. Now Williams. Taking off. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards. And most importantly, a first down.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay. So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
And the Bears first down.
Here's Williams. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
At the Commanders' 5-yard line.
He pulls it in around the 5. And he's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Gerald
Chicago.
Everett. Touchdown Bears. That his first touchdown this year. Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. The kick is good. And the Bears are out to a 10-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. He finds the veteran Ertz. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. They'll go play action here with Daniels. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll throw with Daniels. That's to the 3rd-round pick, Luke McCaffrey. Still on his feet. Inside the 10. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 79 yards. Touchdown, Washington. Point after, coming up here. The kick is good. And the Commanders are on the board. It's 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Bears offense and Khalil Herbert headed back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's a run out of the gun, and it's Herbert. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. Pass is caught. It's Tyler Scott. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. Darnell Wright, guilty that time. On 2nd down, it's Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Throwing is Williams. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Tyler Scott, touchdown Chicago. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They find themselves down 17-7 as this drive starts 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, here's Daniels. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. 3rd and 5.
Tyler Gordon on the coverage.
From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels.
Daniels pass intended for Brian Robinson.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Bears offense ready to take over once more. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with 1st down. They'll run straight ahead with Herbert. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Herbert. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. It is 3rd and 10. Williams. He's got a man. That's DJ Moore. A pickup of 12 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Williams. He lets this one go. Looking for Scott.
We've already seen these two guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Bears 1st down.
16 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
A play fake. Now Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Throwing again. Williams. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down. To throw it again, it's Williams. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. One more time with Herbert. And this time he's in. Khalil Herbert. Touchdown Bears. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears up their lead. It's now 24-7. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This returnable from the 4. There is a marker down. He is past the 25-yard line. But let's see what the flag is about. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Play action. Here's Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that is incomplete. But a penalty flag is down. Let's see who they got. They call that on the rookie, Brandon Coleman. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He'll get that to Zacchaeus.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He's spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremy Chinn. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
On 1st and 10, here's Daniels. He finds Dyami Brown. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. A huge play just before the half. 33 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll run with Robinson. And he will dive into the end zone. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bears offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The next drive about ready to commence. Want to remind you it's coming up in primetime this week. Tonight on Sunday Night Football, two teams with plenty of playoff history, both historically and recently. The Cowboys and the Niners from Santa Clara, followed tomorrow night with Monday Night Football, a couple of blue-collar teams. The Giants and the Steelers meet up in Pittsburgh with kickoff time at 8:15 Eastern. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it. It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And he will take this into the end zone. What a run! Caleb Williams. Touchdown, Chicago. That one is going to hurt the defense. He's looking to throw, can't find anyone, takes off, and Greggy takes it the distance for an exciting touchdown run.
And these are the plays, Mike, that just drive defensive coordinators crazy. You have all of his targets covered up, nowhere to go with the ball, and next thing you know, he gets out of the pocket, takes it all the way with his legs. He's just as dangerous with those feet as he is with his arm.
Makes the score Bears 31, Commanders 14.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. On play action, Daniels. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Potentially very big call here. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play. On second down, it's Daniels. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. The Vikes don't want to fall into a deep hole this early, so a good win there ups their record to 3-4. From there, we head east to the land to check on the Brownies at home at Cleveland Browns Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Derrick Henry, 100 yards exactly on the ground with a touchdown run as well. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Drake May, terrific in the win, and a much-needed win at that, as it is indeed their first on the year. It was a solid first half for running back Khalil Herbert. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders' offense make their way out to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
He's going to keep it himself. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end. 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch.
Now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Big mistake with the punt return unit there. You think the defense is off the field, but here they come back again after the turnover.
These plays are just back-breaking, Mike. As you said, you get a big stop. You think your defense is going to get a chance to come off the field and get a break. Next thing you know, 1 minute later, they're back out there and the offense gets a chance to do it all over again.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
At the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Daniels now going to look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Terry McLaurin, the intended target on that one. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Third down and 1.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he will get into the end zone. Brian Robinson, touchdown Commanders. So that's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Out comes the #1 overall pick, Caleb Williams, and the rest of the Chicago offense. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. On the bootleg, it's Williams. That's complete. It's Odunze. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 36-yard line.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. He finds his big tight end, Everett. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Defense. That penalty is declined.
Now Herbert. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a run up the middle with Herbert. And he'll work his way down to about the 41. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's a handoff to Herbert. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Jamin Davis there to make the play. Here's 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. Pass pulled in by Herbert. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Here's a designed run. And he's going to have the Bears 1st down. They managed to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. On the ground is Herbert. He's going to force his way for a yard or 2, but looks like this one's going to be coming back. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. A throw on the move is caught. He is in. Tyler Scott, touchdown Bears. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Makes the score Bears 38, Commanders 21.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. The pressure gets there. He'll go down. There's a penalty flag down as well. This could very well be a hold. Now Daniels. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
It's now 2nd down and 20.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. That's into the hands of Zacchaeus. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air. And with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
They'll run with Herbert. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now Williams. This pass is caught by Scott. That will make 3rd down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one.
12 yards on the play, but it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Williams. A throw complete to Scott. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try it now, and it's Herbert. And he indeed picks up a Bears 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's Williams on 1st and 10. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Williams. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Here's Williams. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
The Bears send out their punt team. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And that is going nowhere fast. Disastrous play, a big loss. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Pettis now to return. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. He'll look underneath here for Herbert. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 39-yard line.
They run on the jet sweep. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Once you see that guy coming across the formation pre-snap, Mike, you have to be thinking jet sweep instantly. It's just such a dangerous play that always has the potential for this type of yardage, especially when he wins that race to the edge.
Well, he can't get away, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They bring Gage in motion. They run over center with Robinson. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Open man, right side. He's got it. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. 1st and 10 now from the 36. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Automatic first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Robinson. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
Gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. They bring Gage in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's McLaurin open on the left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 6-yard line.
They'll run it here with Robinson. And he will score again. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdowns in this one. He now has 7 for the year. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Bears offense. And their running back set to go once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Now, this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And a good run there on 2nd down. A pickup 7. It'll bring up 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This is the point in the game, Mike, where on 3rd down, you have to get off the field, and they do a great job. They defend everything in the pass routes, nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, but they don't keep him in the pocket. They let him escape, picks up the first down with his legs. They're going to be able to run more time off the clock.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. On 2nd down, it's Williams. This one taken in by Odunze. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Whistles look like the right side got an early jump there. Let's check the flag. Williams going to keep it on the zone read. Nice gain on first down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Here's Williams now to throw. That one incomplete. Rome Odunze, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up second down.
Jartavius Martin there defensively.
They'll run straight ahead with Herbert. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. To throw is Williams. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
All these stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game, but the defense can make as many stops as they want, Mike. This game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Commanders' offense about ready to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. They bring Gage in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
That's good for Washington. 1st down.
Here's Daniels. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. These are the kind of plays that give running backs bad names. I mean, there's nothing fancy about this. You're wide open, the ball's on target. He just flat out dropped it.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
Up the middle they go. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Daniels now going to look to throw. On target, got it to McClurry. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another Washington Commanders 1st down.
On 1st down, Daniels. And that one incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first?
And he holds on to it here as he's out of bounds. That's a yard or 2 shy of the line of scrimmage. Therefore, that's a sack. Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
46-yard attempt.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Bears offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. There's that man again, another catch. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Big-time, opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a two-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down.
Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
So second down, and they'll run it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
On the zone read, here's Daniels. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
Daniels to throw on second down. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. To the air again is Daniels. He's going to tuck it and go. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
It's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
4th down.
They'll go. Here's Daniels. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. The Bears offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st down from their own 11. Drive start here on the ground, and it's Herbert. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. 70 seconds left to go in this game. Once again, it's Herbert. And they're going to mark him down right at the 30-yard line. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. So this one, a win for the visiting Bears. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.